Come back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can change the RGB color of a live camera preview and capture image in React Native's new architecture for Android using Camera X as well as Media 3 effect. So let's get started. So first things first, I'm using React Native version 80, which is the latest at the time of me recording this video. Second is the code for changing the RGB color as well as the live camera preview and image capture will be done via native code. I'm not using any third-party library for this, and we will be following this particular documentation which you are seeing on the screen right now. First let me show you guys the output. I have recorded the output, so I'll just play that particular video. So here you can see this is the output. I'll play the video. It asks for camera permission. I'll give the camera permission, and this is the live camera preview. Here you can see the RGB color of the live camera preview has been changed. I'm not sure how visible that is to you. Now I can just click on capture button and it will capture the image for me and display it inside an image view. That's how easy it is. Now you can play around with these values obviously of the RGB color. It's up to you, but in the meantime let's see how to do this. So first you need to create a React Native project by running this command. We don't want CocoaPods because we are only doing this for Android. So here you can see I have created a React Native project. I'll minimize everything for now. Then you can see it tells us to run this command. So don't run this command yet. We'll create all these folders manually. So it does tell us to create these folders, but why I'm telling you this is, in this example they have taken the example of a web view. We don't want a web view, we want a camera, so we will be naming it a little bit differently. Okay, so first we need to create a specs folder. All right, and then we, instead of web view, I will create a folder called my camera. Instead of naming it my camera, you can name it whatever you feel like, but do remember this name, as this name will be used in lot other places as well. So it's better you follow what I'm doing if you're doing it for the very first time. So here I'll just open VS Code, and here you can see I've created a specs folder inside the root of our React Native project. Then go to Android, app, src, main, java, com, and here I have one folder named my camera. Okay, so pretty clear till here. Then we need to go to specs folder and we need to create a TypeScript file. Now the name of our TypeScript file should be the same folder name which we have created inside the Android one just right now. So it should be that my camera, and it should be followed by native component.ts. This native component is very important. If you don't write this, code generation will not work for you. So if you scroll to the documentation, it also does the same thing. Now basically I have copy pasted all this code and made few changes. So if I open this, here you can see I have made few changes. So firstly, if you see, I don't require this prop, okay, but I require an callback. So once the image is captured, we can send the image URL back to native Android side. So that's why I have just created one, this on image taken callback, and this result is so this event is referred over here, and it basically has this result which is the URL of the captured image. So here is our custom my camera over here as well. So here I have changed the name as well. Instead of web view, I have named it as custom my camera. Okay, then you need to go to your project. So I'll simply cd to my React Native project. So here is my React Native project. Okay, and I'll just clear everything just so that you guys are not don't get. So here you can see, then you need to run npm install. So this will install the dependencies. Okay, sorry, not yet, sorry about this. You don't need to run npm install. So next you need to go to package.json file, and again if I go to the documentation, here you can see they have given the code for it. So basically I have copy pasted all this code and pasted it over here. Again, instead of web view, I have written my camera over here as well as over here. Then you need to run npm install. So this step has been missing in the documentation, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Just do an npm installation as well. Then just scroll down. Then here we need to go to the Android section. We need to cd to the Android folder, and then we need to run this command. So I have already ran this command, so I am running it anyways again. So I'll just run this, so it will do code generation for us. So it has done. Okay, then we need to create this actual implementation. Now this will differ completely. We can't really copy paste the code from this file. So what you need to do, first we need to install few dependencies. So you need to go to src main, go to build.gradle file, build.gradle, and inside the dependencies block you need to add camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then camera media 3 effect, which is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video, as well as media 3 effect. Add all this dependency, Then go to Android manifest.xml, and here you need to add internet permission, hardware camera feature, camera permission, as well as write external storage permission. Then you need to go to my camera. Here you will need to create a Kotlin file called reactmycamera.kt. Now firstly, this is our package name. Now there are a lot of imports, so I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports. Okay, then here we are creating a frame layout as well as lifecycle observer. Then here is our theme React context as well. Here we create our camera preview, image capture as well. Then here we initialize our capture button. Here is our preview view as well, and here is our camera executor service as well as process camera provider. This viewfinder is basically the camera preview. Then I take the back facing lens. Here we get hold of our current activity as well. Inside the init we initialize our viewfinder as well as set add it to our parent view. Now this particular method, I'll come back to this later on, just know that we are calling it over here. Then here we initialize our set our capture button, text background color, text color, alpha, all that stuff, and then add it to our parent view as well. Then I set an on click listener for this as well, for which we call take photo. Then here we override on attach window, and if it has permissions, then we do viewfinder.post setup camera. Then here we on detach from window as well. Then we shut down our camera executor and we unbind our camera provider as well. Now here I have this particular method which I have copied it from this particular URL. So there has been an issue opened with React Native since past 8 years and they still have not fixed it. That's the reason we have to use this particular hack, otherwise you won't be able to see your camera. If you want to know more about it, you can just go to this URL and read more about the issue. Okay, then here we call setup camera as well. So here we initialize our camera provider, add a listener as well, and bind our camera use cases. So here we first get the width and height of our camera preview. Then here we get rotation as well. Here we get our camera provider. Then here we get the camera selector as well. Then here we initialize aspect ratio as well as resolution selector. Here we initialize our preview view. Here we set up our image capture as well. Then here is our use case group builder, adding our preview as well as image capture use case. Here is the media 3 effect, and here is the RGB adjustment which we do. So here you can play around with this red scale, green scale as well as blue scale. So it's completely up to you what values you want to set. I have set some dummy values for now. Then here we add it to our media 3 effect. Then here we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle as well. Then here we initialize our camera. Over here we initialize our surface provider. Then here we take get our photo. Here we initialize our image capture. This is our simple date format. Then here we pass the display name, mime type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here is our image capture output file option. Then we just do image capture.take picture. Once the picture is taken, this method is called. So here we get the URI of the captured image, which we send it back to React Native side with the help of this method. Okay, then I'll come back to this method in a bit. And then this is just a helpful method just to check whether camera permission was granted or not. And here we have defined some variables. Now coming back to this, so sending data from native Android side to React Native side is not that easy. So you have to write this particular bit of boilerplate code as well. Now this code I have copied it from the documentation, so if you want you can simply scroll over here and see this, but I have refactored it according to my use case. So please be careful, you need to refactor it as well. You can't just blindly copy paste it, because we had this callback of on image taken, right? So everywhere else I'm using this on image taken as well. Okay, so here like I said, this is the entire part. Next, if you see over here, we need to next create a manager class, right? So now this I have copy pasted most of it from the documentation, but I have made few changes. So you need to create a file called reactmycameramanager.kt. again, this is your package name, these are all the imports, but here you can see I'm using my camera, everywhere I have used my camera. So you'll have to make those changes. Again, this particular function will also differ a little bit. Everywhere you have to use on image taken, and they have also given this prop. We are not using any prop, so I'm not using this particular bit of code. So yeah, that's all the code which you need to write. Then if you see again, the documentation tells us to create a package class. So that's what I have did. React my camera package.kt. again, this is our package name, these are all the imports. And here you can see I have just again copy pasted it from the documentation, but everywhere instead of web view I have written my camera, my camera, my camera over here, over here, over here, as well as over here. Okay. Then we need to import this inside our main application as well. So you need to go to your main package, go to main application.kt. You need to write this particular bit of import, and you also need to write this particular line of code as well. Once you have done that, again let's just scroll down and let's see how to use it now. So you need to go to app.tsx, and here you need to firstly add all these particular imports. Then here we have this use state of image URL. Here is the use state of camera permission as well. Then I'm just checking whether the user is using above Android 10 or not, because if it is above or equal to Android 10, we don't require the right external storage permission. So that's what I'm doing over here, requesting the permission. So depending on Android version, I'm requesting only camera permission or both camera as well as right external storage permission. And once the permission is granted, I'm just setting this variable to true or false. Then inside use effect, we just call request camera and storage permission. Then if image URI is not equal to empty, then we just display the image. Else once image URI is empty at the very start, and if camera permission is granted, then we just display the camera. Else we just display a text saying camera permission not granted, and here are all the styles for it. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.